Welcome back, everybody, to the Now Morning Show. We are live on TTT, Talk City 91.1 FM, and on Facebook at TTT Live Online. It's time for Unique, Not Different with Shamla Marad. Shamla, good morning.
Hi,
How are you?
good morning, Rishi. I'm good, thanks.
What do you have for us today?
Yes, well, as you can see, I don't have a person with a disability because today I want to delve into something very important and very pertinent to the disabled community. And before I introduce my guest, I have given a clip. I want to know if it can be shown right now. So, okay, so maybe it can be shown after, but this is Roxy and this is Laura Escayg. Roxy has a brother who has a disability. His name is Isaiah Escayg. Isaiah has severe disability. And, okay, so this is the clip.
Would you like to have more? Here you go. Good job, dude. Come on, drink it. Don't drop it. Hey! Good job. Hey! Good job, son. Wow. Bye.
Right, so that was Isaiah Escayg, and Laura is an activist and the founder of Cause and Effect. And the purpose of Cause and Effect is to highlight and, push for persons with disability. So later on, in case their parents are not there, or eventually their parents won't be there, they would have a stable upbringing. Yeah, and with that, I want to say good morning. How are you? Okay. Your brother, when you go out and people stare, what do you think when you see people staring at your brother? You want me to ask it again? No. You want to answer? No, Laura. When you guys go out, and I'm sure people stare at Isaiah.
Oh, yeah.
What is the reaction of? He also has a bigger sister, not so?
Yeah, he has a younger sister, who's older than Roxy, and she's 9.
Right.
They're both very protective of him.
Right.
And so sometimes, for instance, if we're driving and somebody's staring too much, they have both in the past asked, but why are they staring at him? He's just like the rest of us. So why is everyone looking at him like he's so strange?
Yeah.
Because it's a very typical experience for them. But for somebody who's not experiencing it, of course, and living with a person with a disability, it's always like a whole new world and something so different, But they're very protective of him.
And that is to show you the pertinency of having persons with disability out in public.
Oh, yeah.
So just how they find it's normal, the public could find it's normal, so they could stop stare. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's say now, presently, something were to happen to you or Francis, or you have to just go away. What would happen to Isaiah?
Well, I have this thing I like to say. I like to say that if I'm leaving, I'm taking him with me. And it may sound funny to some, and to some they might think that's kind of creepy.
Right.
But it is a little bit scary. It's scary and it's not scary. I'll tell you why it's not scary. It's not scary because for the last 5 years, what we've been working toward is getting sustainable assisted living communities going.
Right.
We've been invited to be a part of a project. I can't say what that project is right now because it's still unfolding. But we have been invited to be a part of a project that deals with sustainable living. Cause and Effect on its own is currently working on setting up a sustainable for-profit business that will create employment opportunities for persons with disabilities. And so we see that model as something that is extremely necessary, not just for the NGO of itself to continue its work, which is awareness and education, as you're aware, but to help, as I said, create employment opportunities, create an ecosystem of support for persons with disabilities who are more independent and are able to work and create support, and in turn, create support systems in a long term for children like Isaiah who need to live in a community. If I were to die or if Frances was to die.
Right.
Not a word she likes, sorry.
Yes.
To create an entire ecosystem of support for children like Isaiah so that, you know, if we were to die, we would die knowing that he'll be taken care of, he'll be treated with dignity and respect, and he will be loved. You know, so be a community, which is different than saying place a child in an institution. It's a completely different
because
thing.
I remember it's only people feel that you have a preconceived notion that because I have a disability, I tend to be aware of everything that's going on in the disabled community, which I'm not.
Yeah.
And in reality, I try to live just like anyone else.
Exactly.
You know, be incorporated just like anyone else.
Exactly.
One day, it's only 2010, I found out the severity in which a disability could be.
Yeah.
And I was totally in shock. And later on, I asked this question. I said to this person, okay, he has a young man, he has a severe disability. His mother died. His father takes fully care of him. He cannot verbally talk, but he's aware. Never gone to school, but he knows things. And I asked their friend, I said, what if his father died? His response was, let's hope he dies first, because he would suffer. And that struck me, because I educated myself, and I am still fearful of my future. So you can imagine persons who has a severe disability, you know. And that being said, what would you like to see from the community and society that will enhance or further, you know, catapult the development within the disabled community?
What we've been working toward actively is highlighting the issues that persons with disabilities and their families face in order to bring about awareness and education, because there's a lot of misinformation, misconceptions about persons with disabilities and what that means. And it's a broad topic, it's a deep topic. And so what we would like to see, basically, I would say in essence, is a society where there's integration on a meaningful level. It's not just surface level. This is not about charity. It's not about feeling sorry for anybody. It's about recognizing that Shamla is a human being. My son Isaiah is a human being. They have different needs that need to be met, and we as a society have to work together to meet those needs of those people, of persons with disabilities.
Right. I have one more question and one question for Roxy.
Sure.
My last question, you know, I saw a video with Isaiah using the washroom.
Right.
And I saw it. I didn't comment. I just liked it. And you were so overwhelmed with joy. And I understood that because the first time I was able to transfer onto the next step for myself, I know the overjoyed I feel.
That's victory.
And independence, you know. So, do you think that each person, no matter the severity, can, you know, progress and develop in terms of?
Yes, we have to presume competence. You and I spoke about that extensively. We have to presume competence. We cannot assume that because a doctor says, well, your child is severely disabled and they'll never do this or they'll never do that. No. Our job as parents and as peers or cousins, family, whoever we are, is to meet that person where they are at and give them every opportunity to excel on their own time, on their own speed. You know, stop trying to turn persons with disabilities into who we are. Allow them to be who they need to be. Slow down, accept who they are, allow them to excel.
Right. And Roxy, what would you like, you know, let's say the cameraman, if he were to come up and ask you, what's wrong with your brother? What would be your response? Or if I ask you, what's wrong with Isaiah? How would you respond? She's shy. How do you think she would respond?
She's tired. She got up at 4 a.m. Not a morning person. She would say, wrong, what's wrong?
Right.
You know, there's nothing wrong. She'd say he's a boy with special needs. That's what she would say. He's a boy with special needs, but they don't see him as somebody with whom something is wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think we have to change. We have to shift our language too.
Yeah. And I think that answer, meaning what's wrong, is, you know, a very powerful answer. I think our time is up for today. Yes, it went so fast. But guys, I want to thank you for tuning in for this very educational segment of Unique Not Different. Until next week, be good, do good. Bye, guys.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Shamla, Maraj, Laura, for coming on this morning, and Roxanne as well. Yeah, it's shy, isn't she?
Yeah, very.
Absolutely fantastic. But